frame addressing process be different if we were routing datagrams to a node in another LAN? Let's go through this process by checking how we would send a datagram from host A in the subnet connected to one port of a router in the example below to node B in another subnet connected to another port of the same router. Routing between the subnets happens at the router R. Assuming A knows the IP address of the destination B, we are going to focus on the link layer frame addressing. In this process, A would need IP address of the first hop router and the MAC address of it. We discussed the process of how node A knows the IP address of the router interface in the network layer discussions. Can you remember how? Finding the MAC address of this gateway IP address also follows the ARP within the same LAN, the same as we just discussed. Using these assumptions and the ARP process we learned, now we want to focus on the MAC addresses used for the frames while we send datagrams within different LANs. The process starts with node A creating the IP datagram destined for node B. The source IP address is IP address of node A, and the destination IP address in the datagram is set to B's IP address. The network layer passes the datagram to the link layer, and the link layer frame is made. The MAC address used for the source address of the frame is MAC address of node A, and the destination MAC address is MAC address of the router port, which is connected to current subnet. Note that the ARP resolution for finding the MAC address of this router interface follows the ARP resolution for sending a packet within the same LAN that we discussed in the previous step. The frame is then sent from A to R. It is received at R, where the datagram is extracted from the frame and passed to the IP layer or layer 3. The next step for the router is to forward the datagram using its outgoing port, which is connected to the subnet node B is connected to. To do this, the datagram is passed to the link layer and a new frame with a new source and destination MAC addresses are made. The source MAC address is the MAC address of router R's interface connected to node B's LAN. The destination MAC address is the MAC address of node B. Note that the same ARP process is used within this new LAN to gain B's MAC address. The frame is sent in this LAN towards node B. At the last step, when the frame is received at the node B, the datagram is passed to the IP layer. The datagram is now at the destination.